Did you ever stare at your toys when you were younger, hoping they would come alive, only to be crushed by the fact that Toy Story isn't based on true events, and that what you've been staring at for the past half hour is actually just a lump of plastic from China? You know better now, of course, because for something to be alive, it has to have a set of characteristics that I'll be going into depth about in this video. Firstly, a genetic code can be found in all living things that's called deoxyribonucleic acid if you are a nerd, or DNA for normal people. DNA is passed from parent to offspring, and it's the storage unit for tasks that are a part of life, like development and reproduction. Speaking of development, all organisms physically grow from their original form. Humans, for example, start out as little flesh lumps as soon as they're born, then slowly start to form a person shape. I'll explain the birds and the bees in a minute, but first, stimulus. What does that mean? Well, I'll tell you. Stimulus is the response that an organism has to a signal. For example, when you hear, and your first response is to check your phone. Alright, next one. If it's alive, it can make babies. There are two different types of reproduction, sexual and asexual. Sexual reproduction is the most prominent among plants and animals, and is when a cell from two different parents form the first cell of their offspring. Asexual reproduction is when a single organism makes a baby identical to itself. The next characteristic needed for life is homeostasis, which is when an organism keeps its inside stable when its outsides experience some sort of change. If we walk outside and it's hot, we sweat, and if it's cold, we shiver. And that is homeostasis at work. Moving on, all living things need to take in energy, whether it be in the form of food or sunlight. They need this energy in order to do the things previously mentioned, aka develop and reproduce. The action of building up or breaking down materials is called metabolism. Metabolism basically converts food into energy. All organisms are made up of one or more cells. The cells can multiply and grow, and it's an obvious indicator to determine if something is alive or not. Lastly, a characteristic that all living things need is that they have to evolve over time. Everything alive today can be linked back to a common ancestor from billions of years ago. That is all. Good day.